them. Imagine for a second this last global recession, but without the economic growth of China and India, without the hundreds of millions of newly minted middle-class folks who now buy American and European goods. Imagine that. Think about the last 5 years. Rockstar preaches capitalism. Wow. Sometimes I hear myself and I just can't believe it. But commerce is real. That's what you're about here. It's real. Aid is just a stopgap. Commerce, entrepreneurial capitalism takes more people out of poverty than aid. Of course, we know that. We need Africa to become an economic powerhouse. It's not just in their interest, it's in ours. It's in our national security interest too, your national security interests in particular. We want to see the region fulfill its potential. So cue up the drum roll. You can if you like. Enter our protagonist. Enter the most powerful force for change on the continent. Enter the strongest, loudest, clearest voice for progress. Enter the nerd. Yes. Yes. I did say the nerd. I did say the nerd because it is the nerds, the innovators, the programmers who are changing the game, not only here in America, but even more in places like Africa, which are more mobile than we are. Africa is the second largest mobile market after Asia. This is the era of the Afro-nerd. And what are these Afro-nerds up to? You know what they're up to? They're upending the pyramid. You know about social media and the role it played in the Arab Spring. I recently met Wael Ghonin. I'm sure you know him. He worked in Google, and he set up one of the Facebook groups behind the Tahrir Square thing, got thrown in jail for it. And I was at the Founders Conference in Dublin, and he was explaining the role of technology and how it has narrowed the gap between the power of the politicians and the power of individuals. You see, according to Wael, technology has turbocharged social movements. And this is this element I'm telling you about that defines your generation. And it works on lots of surfaces. For example, it is definitely true that the biggest killer of them all, bigger than malaria, bigger than AIDS, bigger than TB, probably bigger than all three combined, the disease that kills the most people in the world, and the world's poor, is corruption. But we have the vaccine. We have the vaccine. It's called transparency. It's called daylight, sunlight, information. Technology is increasing transparency, you see?